Alrighty guys, we're back in the shop today. We have a few fiddles we've been working on. We've got this one that I just waxed. So I'm going to let the wax harden. It's a very pretty one-piece back. It's actually probably the prettiest one here in my opinion. I got this one, who I need to wax and put a fingerboard on. It's got a pretty one-piece back as well. I know it don't look like much right now because it's sitting on the floor. I just gotta clamp the fingerboard back on. I've got this one, who just needs completely refinished. And the sound post set. Sorry. I'm trying to show you guys, but I'm also holding that phone. Here's this baby. We got this one that needs its face glued back on. Look at that side. I waxed it and then the face came off. So, yeah, it's like usually you notice. Yeah. So, I like to refinish the faces before I put them back on the fiddles. And then I had clamped it. And then it broke apart after I clamped it. I was like, wow, really? I designed that new clamp, but apparently I put too much pressure on it or something. Anywho. And last but not least, over here we have this one, which is currently also waiting to have the wax re-wiped off. You can see some of the wax stripes. But this one I'm very pretty proud of. That'll all come off. It's just dried in the wax because it was sitting on the rug. But this one I'm pretty proud of. It's a very pretty instrument. This one I could completely redo. Yeah, I gotta wipe the wax off of this one again. Put new pegs in it. It needs some wax taken out of the scroll. I'm not that worried about that. Here are the 5 we have today. I have a few in the other room, but we'll forget about those for now. These are the ones I'm going to try to get done with today. Wait a few hours for the wax to dry. The longer you wait with the wax, the more it hardens, the better it looks. So that's my recommendation. Usually 8 to 24 hours is what I seem to do. Sometimes if it's like I wax it before work, then I will start buffing it after work. Or if it's like I waxed it after work, then I never had time to get back to it till the next day, then it'll be 24 hours. So that's why I have an 8 to 24 hour span usually. And that one I just did, I think this is going to be a very beautiful instrument. It's actually made in Kentucky. Don't mind all that again, because it's sitting on the ground. But it's going to be a pretty instrument. And I think this one will take a few days, because I just waxed it. Keep wiping off all the wax. This will come off. Don't be worried about that. Actually, see? Whee! I got most of it off right there. Anywho, I know this isn't the best video, but this guy had no major damage anywhere. I just cleaned him with some soap and water because there was some cork right here from the chin rest. So I got that off and I cleaned it and then I waxed it. Well, I also took all the stuff off because it had the pegs in, it had the strings on, it had the tailpiece on, stuff like that. It's still got its sound post in that you can kind of see there. So then this one we're just going to keep working on wiping off the wax, and eventually it's going to be a pretty little fiddle. If I have the time, I can hopefully get this one almost finished today, just wiping on and wiping off wax. But it's probably the prettiest one here. This one was actually made in Kentucky. It says right there on the label that you can't really see. Can you see it? Okay, this one's like 1997 or something like that. I think it might be in 70 something. I don't remember. Now I feel like I'm lying to you. Let's see. 97. 8/16/97. Was a pretty little instrument. For the one missing the fingerboard, I don't know for sure if I'm going to get done, because I found this cool new tool I want to try that kind of cuffs the back of the neck and then has a flat part on the back, so you can actually clamp a clamp to the fingerboard and the neck, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm going to look into that tool. That one I should be able to do some fun stuff with today. It doesn't need much either. This one, again, there's so much wax on it, and then I'm going to have to wax off all the wax, and then I'm going to have to clamp it when there's like no wax residue on it. So that one might not get done today, but we'll see. That one will probably get set up and played today. We will see. It needs then you wipe off all the wax off of it again, so I'm letting it harden again after just wiping it off. And then I could probably throw set strings on it and play that one. That one will need a sound post. That one will need a sound post. That one will need a sound post. That one has a sound post like I told you. That one I already set the sound post up in. And yeah. I don't know if there's any other questions. I know I'm not the best at this, but I'm trying. I'm learning. That one I actually had completely apart, and I had to put the braces in the back because it's got so many cracks in the face. So I had to take pieces of wood and cut them down to a small rectangular shape and glue them to the back of the cracks to help hold the face together. So I think that one was cracked in half. I could be wrong. It was either cracked in half or almost cracked in half. But that, and it had like 3 or 4 other cracks on it. You can actually kind of see them in the face. Let me show you. Wipe off some of that. So it had this crack right here. So yeah, the face was cracked and this piece was off. And it was cracked from this F-hole all the way down to the ribs. And then it had this crack, and it had this crack, and it had this crack. One of these cracks and it had been repaired before, and it had that crack. But this is an older fiddle. I forget the maker. The maker label is actually up in this corner right here, and it's kind of cool. But this one just needs a little bit of love. I don't want to sand it all the way down and completely erase all that, which I could. I could sand this fiddle all the way down and erase all that history right there, but the history looks so good on it. Right here you have over sanding marks, which would be my fault. And this one could just be from wear, not from sanding. Well, those are over sanding marks, that's my fault. So again, I could sand this whole bad boy down and get rid of everything, but why remove the history is what I'm always thinking. Got some pretty ribs here. And a really pretty one-piece back. This will be a very pretty violin, and I'm hoping it sounds magnificent. Oh! I set the sound post in this one. I'm dumb. I didn't realize that. So this one pretty much needs a fingerboard, and then needs to be waxed again, I think. And she'll be good. I need to build myself another violin hanger. I have one in the other room. It has violins on it. Oh, what other ones do I need to show you here? I don't know. But those are the ones we got today. Hopefully we can bust some of these out.